Hey guys, my name is Dane and I wanted to do something a little bit different today. I wanted to do a concept loadout where I follow the mindset of a Spec Ops stealth flanker soldier, so to speak. Quite a mouthful, but let's just try this out, shall we? For this I chose the M16A4 burstfire assault rifle with a suppressor, with the 93R burstfire pistol also with a suppressor. I had a smoke grenade and of course the medkit and defibs for aiding my teammates. Yes, I was playing as an assault here. I call this, very original, the Spec Ops medic loadout. It's a loadout where all I do is staying, or at least trying to stay off the minimap, flank the enemy players, getting onto objectives and otherwise provide stealth revives. To do this, I chose to slap a suppressor on my primary and my sidearm to aid me in my stealthy endeavors, and it also helps me conceal myself in bushes, tight spaces, and when, I basically hid in the smoke from my smoke grenades. I chose the M16A4 because it, as I discovered when revisiting this weapon some time ago, that this has got the fastest reload speed out of all of the assault rifles. Yes, even besting the M416 assault rifle. The short reload speed supports chaotic situations, or when I'm just in a pinch trying to quickly get the weapon operational again. Often even being faster and a better choice than switching to my sidearm. I might regret saying this, but yeah, that's what I thought at the moment. I also had an angle grip attached to make the first shot recoil lower. The first shot multiplier is only applied on the last bullet leaving the barrel when using a burstfire weapon, so I thought that the added control would lead to more precise follow-up bursts, not only in CQB but also at range. This gave me a great and accurate damage at range, yet concealment when assaulting objectives, flanking enemies, clearing buildings and objectives, even helping me in CQB situations. The sidearm in question is the 93R, also a burstfire weapon as with the M16A4, and it provides awesome damage and fire rate when in really close quarters. This is a great addition for CQB as it competes well against even rifles, and with the suppressor, you're not likely to be caught off guard. The smoke grenade came in handy when I was pinned down at range while either trying to res a teammate, assault an objective or flanking. It helped me get around the point without getting spotted, and if I was fast enough I could easily catch the enemy players off guard or get into a great hiding spot to either recover, let squad members spawn in on my location, or simply just kill enemy players. And I rarely see anyone using the smoke grenades anymore, since the patch that rendered the infrared and the night vision scopes useless when, competing in smoke, or up against smoke I should say rather. This turned out in my advantage, as I could place smokes tactically leading up to objectives to conceal me and in some cases my team when advancing. I often made use of this to place a smoke screen to cover a dead teammate's body so I could res him without either of us being shot. And it also provided visual cover to recover swiftly and then run off for, actual cover, often aided by more smoke grenades. And this is a tactic I've rarely seen being used in Battlefield 4. You drop down a smoke grenade, you go up to the teammate, you res him, and you actually have time to get up and get out of there before being shot. Because we've all been there, we get a res and we die immediately. This way we actually stand a chance, and then I don't die when it's out in the open. And now and then I ended up in sticky situations with a lot of chaos and stealth being out of the question. But even here, the very accurate and fast reloading M16A4 did not fail me. If treated right, it will keep laser-like accuracy at range and CQB, even when burst firing just right for it to be, firing non-stop, almost like a fully automatic rifle would. I was surprised at just how effective this loadout was. Not only did the suppressor help me stay off the minimap, but the short reload of the M16A4 was a great pairing even when being chased by enemies. Often when I was chased, I was able to get around a corner, hide in a bush or in the smoke just long enough for my weapon to be reloaded and ready for action, and that was only made easier when I used the smoke. It made people kinda wonder, did he go left, did he go right, did he go straight ahead, or is he waiting with a knife or a defib kill to humiliate me within the smoke? So they kinda backed up a bit. And I had to be careful to not get too cocky and also not use the smoke at every possible situation. Listen to me guys, don't blow your load just because you can. You gotta figure out when to do it. And especially when trying to face tanks, this was a stupid decision. I thought that, hey, if I drop down smoke, I will be able to survive because he can't see me, he can't hit me very well. But then, of course, splash damage, explosion, me dead. Big and open areas of the map provided little visual cover, so I tried to steer clear of those, always having some sort of visual cover, and then the silencers would do the rest, keeping me off the minimap. I also had to lead a lot when shooting at moving targets at further ranges, because the M16A4 is very accurate, but with the suppressor you should stick to medium and close range, because, well, we all know muzzle velocity is decreased and the bullet drop is increased. But I did get a few kills at long range, but I was always at a disadvantage when doing so. I achieved the best results when assaulting objectives by flanking and going in from behind and killing the targets furthest back. Don't kill the people at front when you're in the back, always take out the people in the back, because the ones in front rarely notice people behind them getting killed, only in front of them. So going in from behind, killing people from behind as well, taking those closest to you that were facing away from you, and also hiding in corners and trying to get those snipers in those concealed spots was, well, just very satisfying. And I was able to because silencer, I was off the minimap. And when I went straight into the fray, I was at a disadvantage because they easily pinpointed my location, and even when I used smoke grenades, they easily just they just hosed down the smokes with bullets, so I ended up dying anyway. Or they just threw in grenades. But by flanking, going at it slow and steady, I managed to get quite a lot of cool kill streaks. In reality, you should always flank, but it's straight up difficult in Battlefield 4 with, well, the spotting mechanic. You all know this. You can basically see people with, well, not really wall hack, but you can see them on the minimap, which way they're facing and what direction they're going. And that way you can plan out your, how should I say it, plan of attack. And that's why I was using the suppressor and even the smoke. So that all turned out very well in my favor using the smoke. And it was very fun to try and play differently than what I'm used to, and it was very surprising just how effective this loadout was. I rarely see people using smoke grenades anymore, and even less when concealing a downed teammate getting a res, and it was rare for this tactic of smoke and res to not work. I was amazed, like, I think it was 9 out of 10 times this tactic worked, even when people were staring at me running up to the corpse. They did not know exactly where to shoot. And it also helped me to get down in a ditch or something like that when I was trying to escape people. I did have to give up some long range combat, and you guys know that I do love my long range. I love medium, long and extreme ranges. You guys know that I'm not really that much of a CQB player, but the reward when flanking several enemy players and even getting them all was very satisfying. I should have been a bit more patient at times instead of just rushing in guns blazing, but I couldn't help getting a bit cocky. Okay, I couldn't help getting very cocky when I was going on long kill streak and killing enemies left and right without any hassle. I was like, look at me, I got a gun, I got a suppressor, I can take everyone. Oh shit, that's a tank. So yeah, I couldn't help getting cocky and just rushing forward. I had to just try and slow down, be a bit more patient, and that always worked out to my favor. Still, the way that this worked with kill streaks is just cool. I'm gonna keep this loadout for a long time. And even in these situations where I just rushed forward and I was in a pinch, in a chaotic situation where I just had to hose bullets downrange to win the firefight, the M16A4 and the 93R was very adept and did not let me down in any way, even in these sticky, chaotic rushing moments where I decided, you know what, I got this, hold my beer, let me rush forward, and the next 3 seconds I'm like, oh shit, oh my god, ah! Oh, did I survive? How did that even work? So all in all, I consider this test, oh well, concept so to speak, to be very successful. As said, I was very surprised at how effective this actually is. So I do recommend you guys to try this out with your stealth weapons of choice. Just remember the smoke grenades. Make them work for your advantage, either in advancing, retreating or flanking. Try and make use of them when resing team members to conceal you both, to make sure you don't get killed while resing and they don't get killed right after they got rest. So yeah, that was it for this time, guys. I really hope you guys enjoyed, and do let me know down in the comment section below if you have a specific loadout you like to run when you're trying to flank or be a stealthy soldier. Because this is, at the moment, mine. Usually I try to use the SG553 with a suppressor as the recon class, or maybe the MTAR also with a suppressor, because when you've got that, you've got claymores and you got the pokeballs, you're basically just like a stealth ninja. So that's what I usually use, but this is also a bit more, how should I say, team player loadout. So yeah, that was it, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. And this was a tactic that I've actually never really